A fault is a weakness, a defect, a fracture. Faults divide, tear, and consume. Here in the city of Chester's Chasm, we struggle to maintain that precarious balance over the precipice in the earth, in our lives, and in our hearts. This story is about 4 teenagers with faults of their own.
The fault between my faith and freedom.
The fault between my family and identity.
The fault between my choice and my obligation.
The fault between my life and death.
As these fractures grow, we stand at the edge and ask, what must we sacrifice to sate the void's endless hunger? Is it possible that the answer lies within all our faults? Greetings, and welcome to All Our Faults, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast. I am your ever grateful hostess and producer, Mistress Winter. I hope you're doing well, regardless of any life challenges that you may be facing. I've certainly slogged through my fair share of the swamps of sadness recently, but I'm coming out on the other end, however slowly, thanks in large part to the people in the TTRPG community. The friends I've made and the colleagues I've worked with in this niche corner of the creative world are, on the average, unfailingly supportive and loving. Their understanding and concern have been the rock on which I can pull myself up from that sucking tar, and I am forever grateful and proud to be part of this community. I thank you as well. Your continued company on our storytelling journey is what fuels my passion for this podcast. Your enjoyment gives purpose to the work that the cast and I put into the show. For what it's worth, it is my wish that our caster-listener relationship continues for a long time to come. Now on to our recap from last time. At the Cascade Falls, Saline revealed her origins to Michael and Bert, who in turn entrusted Saline with their own supernatural secrets. Crispin sneaked out of the house to take a call with Saline, where the two reached across their emotional divide in reconciliation. On Crispin's insistence, Michael agreed to take Saline back into the city to take sanctuary at the Church of Eternal Vigilance. But before the group could drive away, Saline spotted her sister, Ella, arriving at the Cascade, where Saline's hunter had been heard prowling. Shoutouts and credits at the end of the episode. Please enjoy. Chapter 13. Claws and Jaws. Michael, you turned the car around with Bert and Saline still in the car?
Yes, so we've got her freaking out. I'm going to just turn the car around and drive over to the car with the other students.
Yeah, how many students are there? It's Ella, Sara Paisley, she's the influencer girl, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And her 3 friends.
Have I ever seen Ella around Sara Paisley before?
No. This is a new development.
Nope, this is not happening. That's what this is. As someone who has a younger sister, nope, not happening. Cool. As soon as the car is stopped, I am out and storming over to Ella.
They are lingering at the entrance to the trail, chatting each other up. Ella, from just the outside, looks like the little lost bird that the bigger birds have taken under their wing and are talking and chittering with each other and Ella.
Can I make out anything that they're saying as I approach?
Nothing specific.
I'll kind of storm up and just, Ella, what are you doing here?
Oh, what are you doing here?
Doesn't matter. What are you doing here?
I got in and Sarah steps up. Hi, I remember you from class, right? You're Saline.
Yeah.
Well, I've invited beautiful Ella here to go on a little outing with us.
What sort of outing?
Oh, taking in the scenery, maybe getting a selfie or two. Just having a little girl's day to get away from all the trauma of school.
Mm-hmm. What's gaze into the abyss?
Dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna gaze into the abyss to see why the fuck she actually brought my little sister out here, because I don't believe that bullshit for a second.
Okay.
Oh no, this is not gonna go well.
Meanwhile, Michael and Bert, what are you doing?
I think that Michael is going to probably put the car in park and get out of the vehicle, especially if there's a thing hunting Saline nearby. He'll probably keep a lookout while also watching the drama.
Yeah, Bert's gonna get out as well and stand next to Michael. And so, did you know about the cascade being a gateway to other worlds? Is that something you knew?
No, that was new.
Yeah, it's new for me too. So I didn't know how to bring this up in front of Saline, but she said she's being hunted by her scent, and apparently that is affecting you as well. You said she smells good, and that sets you off. Is it another vampire that's coming after her?
I don't know. I don't think so. Other vampires that I've met don't do that to me. They don't usually howl. I haven't met many vampires, though.
Yeah. Are there more? But you said that you had a maker, but did they make more than just you?
You know, I'm not sure. I assume there have been attempts.
Okay.
Saline, what'd you get?
A 6.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So.
Sarah is putting up a good front, if that's what it is. And you can get no further read than her answer.
Then I don't trust her. Than the fact that I just straight up don't trust her. So after she gives me that answer, I will just... Okay, why Ella? You've never taken an interest in her before.
Well, to be honest, I didn't meet her until this week. And there's just a bit of a spark of something in you, Ella. And I'm here to mentor, to help develop your gorgeous little sister.
Don't like that. I'm gonna peer around Sara Paisley to look at Ella and just, Ella, today's a really bad day to be out here, okay?
Ella's eyes dance with uncertainty between you and Sarah, not really sure how to respond. Well, I mean, what looks like a pretty peaceful place, I think it'll be okay. Mom said it could.
I understand that, and I'm telling you that today it's not safe.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. We looked up the weather reports and everything.
I just am gonna look at Sarah and then look back at Ella, just kind of side-eye her, and then look back at Ella and just, weather is not the problem. Ella, I'm not saying to not hang out with your new friends or to not come here another day. All I'm saying is that today, and today only, it is not safe for you to be here, and I will be as earnest as I possibly can be.
Sarah, who's already positioned kind of between you and Ella, straightens confidently, and simultaneously her 3 friends move into flanking positions very casually. Oh, don't worry. Any danger that you may dream up that is out here, I'm sure we can handle. So why don't you and your companions go do whatever creepy things you're going to do and let Ella enjoy her day?
Last time I checked, your name isn't Ella. I was not talking to you. I'm trying to talk to my sister, not you. And funny enough, I'm not telling her not to hang out with you, even though I'd prefer she didn't. And I will try to walk around them to be able to...
Roll to shut down.
8.
All right. So on a 7-9, choose 1, but you come across poorly and you get a condition. So you can choose to gain a string on Sarah, give a condition to Sarah, or take a forward.
I think I want a string on her.
Okay.
What's my condition?
Overbearing.
I am a big sister, so I guess.
If the shoe fits.
Yeah.
Sarah and her crew circle the wagons around Ella. Fine. You don't want us to take a nice, lovely, peaceful nature walk? We'll go somewhere else. What do you think about the mall, Ella? We can go get you a new outfit.
Ella's like, that would be nice.
I'll look over at Ella and I'll just say, have so much fun at the mall. Just don't come back here today.
Okay.
Sarah's friends will casually escort Ella to the car while Sarah stares you down just a little bit longer.
As they're walking, Ella, I'm going to reach out and kind of grab Ella's wrist and just, I'm sorry for what I said the other day. I love you. And then just let go of her wrist and let her be escorted the rest of the way.
She doesn't respond, but you can kind of see it in her face that admitting it in present company would be embarrassing.
I am not heartbroken over the fact. I just needed her to know. And I'll stare Sarah down. I will stare her the fuck down. Right back.
Sarah gives you a wink and a smile before pressing past you to head back to their vehicle, which starts up and takes off.
Cool. I will head back over to Michael and Bert.
Before you get there...
Oh no. Shit.
There is a burst of movement from the trees, and in a flash, the dire wolf that has been hunting you rockets out from the tree line, full on grabs you in its teeth and rockets into the other side of the woods.
All y'all hear is Saline screams, and they grow more and more distant as the direwolf carries her away.
What the fuck just happened?
Don't you have, like, superhuman speed or whatever? Can you check?
Okay, I'll run.
And Michael will run after.
Toss me your keys. Wait, I don't know how to drive. What do I do? Where's my bike?
I'm gone.
I just take off after the wolf.
Okay. Give me a runaway.
Also, I would like to give myself the condition trapped.
Fair enough.
Using my move cornered rat, so I get a +1 and lash out physically.
Oh no.
That's a 7 for me.
I got a 6.
Oh no!
Saline, you dead, girl.
Yeah! I can't do anything unless somebody helps me.
All right, so Bert and Michael, you take off after the bear-sized wolf that has just snatched up your friend. Michael, you quickly lose the scent and are unable to pinpoint which way they went, partially because of Bert's strong Axe body spray.
Son of a bitch.
Bert, you keep on the trail longer than Michael does. However, that's when you see a mist rising up out of the ground in the creature's wake. And this mist swirls and begins to take shape until you are surrounded by these ghostly entities. In their semi-translucent, nebulous shapes, they look to be some breed of indigenous warriors who turn to face the pursuers, i.e. you and Michael.
Am I there with him?
Yep.
How many of them are there?
About a dozen.
I'm just gonna slowly back up and look at Michael. Do you know what these things are?
Can Michael lash out at them?
Sure.
I think, yeah, a little bit of the vampire is going to have to come out, and, like, he's going to slash at them with, like, his hands.
Okay.
That is a 7.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you harm them, but choose one. They learn something about your true nature and get a string on you. I decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
Oh, no. That escalates fast. I will become my darkest self.
Darkest self.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love that. So, would you mind reading to us your darkest self?
Yeah, everyone is your pawn, your plaything. You hurt them and make them vulnerable for sport like a cat does with a mouse. Maybe you'll even drain them dry, though you'll certainly take your time first. You escape your darkest self when you're put in your rightful place by someone more powerful than you. I'm going to be an asshole. But I also think that he's like losing himself and lashing out at whatever these things are, hoping that he can break through and keep on to Saline.
You've experienced being in the presence of this creature before, and it has brought out a predatory nature. As you lash out at these specters, that feeling comes rushing back and ignites a killer instinct.
Yes, and Michael will slash out, hopefully, through the spirits, giving us enough space to pass through.
You slash through one of them, and it dissipates. But there are many more.
Then he will keep slashing.
I'm going to, like, if he got one on, like, one side, I'm going to try to attack one right next to it. So kind of clearing us a pathway forward using my reaping ability. So the ring has, like, a little skull on it. And when I click it, the eyes light up and I get, like, a little spectral scythe in my hand. And I'm going to swing at one of them to lash out physically.
Awesome. Yes, please.
So that is a 7, but with the reaping, if I get a 7 to 9, I get to act like it's a 10.
Ooh, very nice.
If I use my weapon.
Your Reaper weapon works wonders. Whereas Michael's hand, claw, however you want to classify it, did seem to have effect just by his sheer preternatural existence. It wasn't impactful. It was just barely scooping through the soup, as it were. Your sickle seems to physically, or metaphysically in this case, cut through this entity and cause it great pain. The ghost almost explodes into ectoplasm. The rest of the warriors come at Michael and Bert, swinging their ghostly weapons at the two of you. Each of you will take 1 harm.
Okay, marked 1 harm.
Same.
Can I roll to shut them down, possibly?
Ooh. Yes. Yes, you may.
Okay, that is a 7.
So you come across poorly, and you will gain a condition.
Okay.
And in this case, since they are very temporary characters, I'm going to say that you can give them the condition something like turned, like a cleric in D&D would turn the undead. How does this look? Like, what do you do to command them, to turn them?
I swing at the one, like, dissipate it, and then I, like, with the momentum, I turn and face the others, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm an agent of death, and you guys got to back off, okay? You are under my control, and I'm here to stop you. You guys got to stop.
With this very fumbling and unimpressive command, it still carries with it an energy of authority that is channeled mostly through the sickle that you carry. The entities disintegrate and return to the mists from whence they came. Your condition will be no confidence. By the time that the ghosts are dealt with, you have lost the wolf and its prize.
Did you see where they went, Michael? I was focused on the ghosts there. Are you picking up a scent or anything?
Michael is going to swiftly whip around and stare at you. And then, can I gaze into the abyss and try to find where that thing went?
Sure.
That's a 7. So, consequences, but...
Well, you're gonna get confusing and mixed messages. So, I'll say this. Based on your understanding, your instinctual understanding of predators, this creature is going to double back. It's going to take an indirect route to wherever its eventual goal is. So where it is right now would be hard to say. Eventually, however, if it's intent on keeping Saline alive and taking it to its master, you already know the answer. It's headed back for the falls.
Then I will run.
Hey, what are you doing?
He doesn't know how lucky he is right now. I'm off. Yeah.
Crispin, you are taken to the church and presented before the assembled congregation and Father Miller as the next guardian to complete the vigil. And you are alone in this. You are the only one undertaking the vigil. Though it is remarked that, Crispin, you will be joined by some of the other faithful to ensure that your vigil is kept.
So I have babysitters.
Yep.
Okay. Is my father among them?
No. Though throughout the presentation, anytime that you steal a glance at him, he has this look on his face that says, if you fuck this up, you are dead.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm dead no matter what. I know I suck at this, but can I do a roll into the abyss? Or roll into the abyss. Yep. I just want to roll into the abyss.
I'm rolling off the edge.
Open arms, accept my fate.
Into the void.
No. Can I gaze into the abyss to just...
Yes.
I want to, specifically on my father and Father Miller, Crispin has this deep-seated feeling that they are betraying him. Like, actively betraying him. And it could just be anxiety, but something feels... Holy fuck knuckles. That's gonna be a 10.
Fantastic.
I'm stunned.
You begin to read a message that underlies Father Miller's proselytizing to the congregation, that you are being tested. Not sacrificed, but tested. They are willing to throw you to the wolves. And in this case, it is almost literal. But they expect that you will either die or you will be victorious and become one of them and prove yourself worthy to be among them.
Has anyone in recent history died during a vigil?
No.
Okay. What about historically? Did people die during vigils?
Back toward the founding of Chester's Chasm, there have been instances where the vigilant, the guardian, was confronted by some avatar of evil. And in your reading, they come out as either tales of caution or triumphant myths, or legends, more accurately.
Okay.
In one of them, the guardian Abraham, as he was named, fought a mob of sinners that had been overtaken by the devil and stood single-handedly against that riot and was felled beneath it, but not before casting the devils out. Whereas in another one, a member, Liam, had not prepared properly, been at a gambling hall, did not show the proper reverence, and was set upon by some wild animals that killed him.
All of this information is passing through Crispin's conscious mind as he goes through the preparations, allows the congregation to pray over him. His attention is generally fixed on Father Miller and his dad, and his thoughts travel back to that day outside the playground, the first time he saw a dead body, the first time he was involved in church-sanctioned violence, and he remembers the fire and brimstone way that Father Miller kind of came out and confronted that situation. And Crispin knows he is fundamentally different than Father Miller and his father. And he remembers the fire and brimstone way that Father Miller dealt with the rabble during that altercation. And he gets the sense that the fact that he is not like that is a deep embarrassment to his father and to Father Miller. And he also knows that he cannot be like that. It is simply not within him. And maybe it is defective genes from his mother's side of the family, or he just has grown up in a generation of soft kids. But as he is being prepared and then ultimately ushered out of the church on his way to his vigil, Crispin decides he is either going to die tonight, or he is going to be the death of all of the misery that this church has caused him. And he doesn't know how he knows it, but he knows that this night is going to fundamentally change him in ways that his father and Father Miller could never have predicted. If he lives through tonight, he is going to become their worst nightmare.
Ooh, put a button on that. That is powerful stuff. It is pushing toward the afternoon. Bert and Michael, you have been following what you can make of the wolf's trail for probably about an hour and a half, without sign of where it is going to hole up, or if it has done anything other than wound Saline. Saline, I will come back to you.
Okay.
Did I mention, I don't remember if I did, if I didn't, take 1 harm from the wolf so far?
You did not, but I was going to ask if I took any harm because it did literally snatch me up in its mouth. So I would think I'd take harm from that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Michael, Bert, are you continuing on the hunt? If so, how are you continuing? Are there any other methods of tracking or investigation that you want to pursue? Or if you are not, what are you doing?
Oh, I want to hunt aggressively.
You said the trail is getting cold, right?
It's hard to find. Bert, you did succeed on that runaway.
Right, yeah.
You did succeed in that, which has allowed you to continue following the trail, but it is becoming difficult.
So I think Bert is losing heart a little bit just because, like, he's not sure where to go next. And this is just like, he's looking at Michael like, hey, do you have any ideas? Like, do you know, like, I fight creatures of the night, but you are one? Do you know, is there like a place you guys, like a cave you guys hang out at? I don't know.
Did I gaze into the abyss to find the direction in which it went?
You did, and I had given you initially that the hunter would try to find places of stealth and safety and move from place to place before eventually getting back to its destination when it's safe. And I had provided that destination would be the falls.
Right. So then I'm going to move as fast as I can in that direction. Bye, Bert. And, zoom.
Yeah.
Follow me to the falls if you want. And, I am just out for blood.
Yeah, to the falls. I think that's where we were headed to begin with, I think. I'm just, like, looking around, to the falls, and then I charge off in that direction.
There's a blood-hungry twink just running through the trees.
Both of you give me a runaway. And that is volatile if you need a reminder.
2, so that's a 9.
Okay.
Oh no, that's a 6.
Oof. Michael, you get lost. Certain of where you're going, you end up going in a slightly different direction and end up in the middle of a bunch of trees with no serious landmarks around you. Bert, you manage to keep your direction and move quickly toward the trail that will lead you back toward the Cascades, but you get to choose one. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
Let's make a big scene.
Okay, and what is that going to look like?
Bert, sort of empowered by now knowing where it is and sort of kind of fighting off some of the fiends earlier. He's just like shouting like, hey, you big wolf, I'm a agent of death. I'm coming. All right, I got you. I know where you are now. I got your scent, huh? You didn't think I could find you? Oh, you messed with the wrong guy. And I'm just like barreling through the wood, just yelling that out. Just like, oh, yeah, I know where you are now.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know what? And with that, Michael, you're almost helplessly lost for a good 5 or 10 minutes until you hear Bert shouting at no one as he goes charging through the woods.
Thank God for that idiot.
And I will turn and run in that direction and just pass him.
Whoa, what was that? And I just keep running.
These are my saviors.
Saline.
That's me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You come back to awareness, to consciousness.
Oh, I was passed out? Amazing.
You blacked out there for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
The first thing you feel is this weight on you. It is making it hard to breathe. And at first you may think that you're still in the hunter's jaws and expect to feel these piercing pains as its teeth sink in deeper. But as your vision becomes clearer, you realize that you're on the ground and being held down by a giant paw that is on your chest, just like planted.
Cool. Amazing.
You can see the ghostly-eyed wolf peering out of this rocky overhang that it has settled into, and it is keeping vigilant watch, scanning the trees, its ears twitching back and forth as it attempts to pick up the various sounds and distinguish between danger and the forest ambiance.
I would like to give myself the condition trapped.
Heck yeah, you would.
Using my move Cornered Rat. I feel like it's a little too apropos at the moment.
Oh, it definitely is apropos.
Woo! So I want to do that real quick.
Okay. Anything else?
Can I recognize where I am at all? Like, do I know the area of the forest falls that I'm in?
You don't recognize it.
Damn.
It must be some ways off of the, beaten trail, as this thing does not want to be in populated areas.
Okay. Can I gaze into the abyss to see if I can remember anything that Naradia or my dad might have told me about, like, escaping this thing if it gets me?
I will tell you that they practically said that if you got caught, it was probably game over.
Fuck. Can I move at all? I mean, like, I know it's paws on my chest, so I, know I can't move my body, but, could I reach into my pocket, potentially, and grab my mirror?
Give me a keep your cool.
No thanks. What is that, cold?
Yeah.
I'd really rather not. Oh, actually, I'm totally cool with that. An 11.
Hey, there you go.
I rolled double sixes, but I have a -1, so.
All right. So with an 11, you are able to perform a bit of sleight of hand, as it were. Its attention is out there and not on you. So what would you like to do?
Reach into my pocket and open up the mirror.
Okay. So essentially you're just turning on FaceTime.
Well, I mean, I feel like if I speak, it will do something, or if I move in any major way, it'll do something.
Sure.
I'm trying not to die. I did very much so take precautions to have it not hunt me. Literally got someone killed, and now I'm trapped by it. So, yeah, I'm trying not to die.
So you open up the mirror. The shadows in the mirror swirl and coalesce into the image of your father. With your complete success, he takes a moment and recognizes the danger. You can just see on the other side your father grabbing Naradia and pulling her into frame, and they are talking very fiercely between the two of them, pointing at the screen. Yeah.
While on mute.
This is so horrible. I can see the tableau. Saline held down by this wolfish beast with the mirror at arm's length, with her father and the attendant panicking, the light dimly glowing. Ugh, that's awful.
Yeah, it's not great.
Your father will cast a bit of prestidigitation. We'll go with the D&D cantrip. And you'll see words scroll into the air as he passes his finger through it. Sending help, stay alive.
Thanks, Dad. I will give the slightest nod possible that will not alert the beast so he doesn't tear me to shreds. Or she. It's a wolf. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting hung up on the gender of it right now. Don't worry about it. I will give the slightest nod I possibly can without alerting my captor to my movement while also allowing my dad to know that I saw what he said, and I will do my best.
You are forced to quickly stash the mirror as something grabs the wolf's attention, its entire body jerking upward in that sudden alertness. You can even feel the pressure of its paw increase as its body tenses.
I let out an involuntary gasp, just like as it presses more down and takes more of my ability to breathe away.
That weight is lifted just before its jaws come and clench you and pick you up again, and it bounds out through the woods.
Do I take another harm?
Not yet, no.
I don't like the way you said that.
Michael and Bert, you arrive at the cascade.
I assume I'm ahead. Am I fortunate enough to see the creature leaving?
No, it's not at the cascade yet.
Okay. Then I will wait and watch for it to arrive. And the second I see it, I will leap and attack.
Very good. How in shape are you?
Pretty in shape, I would say. I've been trying to fight demons and things that go bump in the night. Like, probably not like 100%, but since the accident, I think I stepped it up a little bit more.
That's fair. Though it would have been really funny if you were just like, oh, not in shape at all.
I think before that, so let's go like a 50%. Like, before that, I was just kind of doing whatever. And then since the accident, I was like, oh, this is like a thing I have to do now. So I've been trying to.
You've got some good cardio now, and so when you come up to the cascade, you're sweating. You got a heavy breath, but for the most part, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be like Spider-Man rules that, as soon as I got bit, I would wake up with the six-pack and all of like my faculties are like maxed out. But turns out, no, it's not how this arrangement works. I should have asked for that in the agreement with Amudo.
Yeah, supernatural physique.
Yeah, I thought that would just come in.
Yeah, I feel like both of us were really noodly before summer, and then my getting turned into a vampire and your constant biking and like running around looking after ghosties made us seriously glow up. Like, you must have thighs like a rock at this point, and I'm just this like ethereal being, always on the prowl. Yeah.
So, Bert, you arrive at the cascade. Michael is nowhere in sight. What are you doing?
Since I don't see Michael, I am going to try to find a place to hide and check to see if my phone has reception, because I think I might need to call my boss and Mr. Amudo and see if he has any insight.
Bert,
Ah!
we wait until it comes, and then at least I will attack. I don't know what you're capable of, but if you can do something, do it.
I mean, I'll try. I'll let you have the first.
Can you do something?
Can I? I'm gonna try. I have some abilities. I don't know. They haven't really been tested up against like something like this.
Then show me.
Okay, this is to save a friend. So yeah, I'm gonna let you take the lead. Is this like your rival? Is this like a?
I've just gone back to the shadows.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if this was like the Jacob to your Edward thing, but you're gone now, so I don't know if you can answer that. So yeah, we wait. I like put my phone down.
That was the worst possible thing to say, and it was perfect. Can I gaze into the abyss to get a sense of where this creature is coming from and when it might arrive?
Yes.
Okay, plus dark, which is 7.
There are a couple avenues of approach, and probably one or two that you cannot see from this vantage point. You are aware that there are several underground cave systems that, if large enough, the wolf could use those instead of going overground. Which one it will choose, it's hard to say. But the wolf will probably wait until sundown to make its approach.
Are we in the right place to wait for it?
Based on what Saline had told you in terms of the portal to the Fey realm, you're pretty certain that it would be headed back here. If it didn't kill her already, it by itself would come back this way. If she were alive, then it'd be carrying her with him.
Okay. Also, I just had an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to glide back out of the shadows and end up on the other side of Bert. Bert.
I was expecting you on that side. You got me again.
Do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you. We're in this together, right?
Yes, of course. Can I bite you?
Bite me?
Yes, I need to drink your blood.
Will that work? Because I'm also different. I'm not a normal human.
Yes, you still have blood, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. And I'm going to drag my fingers along your throat with the softest, lightest touch.
Oh.
And whisper in your ear. I just need a taste.
Okay. If that'll help, I don't. Will anything happen to me while I still? Is it going to turn me?
No, I just need to know where you are if you get lost. Like Saline.
Oh, okay.
That way I can find you.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I think communication in all forms of knowing each other on the battlefield would be great, I guess.
Don't get lost on me, Bert. I need my friend.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lick your neck. Can I turn you on?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is Bert thinking in terms of being bitten by Michael? What's going through Bert's head here?
Bert is conflicted because I think he was single focused on being in attack mode, and this is a total deviation of that. So he's after trying to catch up in his head, what is going on, but also given kind of his feelings towards Michael, he's hey, this is interesting, but kind of want this to happen, but also I don't want any distractions either. So he's kind of going along with it. I think if it thinks it'll give Michael the edge maybe in this fight, because we need to get Saline back, but also he's I need to be 100% too. Is this gonna take me out as far as physically, or also in the mental headspace of oh, okay, hey.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Michael, roll to turn someone on.
Yep.
And you do have a string on me if that.
I'm gonna use that string because. Oh wait, actually no. That's plus hot, which is +2, so that's a 7. What are my options? Remind me and the audience.
Certainly. When you turn someone on a 7 to 9, they, so Bert, can either give you a string or choose one of the following reactions. 1, Bert, you give yourself to Michael. 2, you promise something you think he wants. Or 3, you get embarrassed and act awkward.
Okay, I think I'm going to promise something. Actually, no. I think I'm just going to give myself.
I just need a taste.
And on the other side, on your face, I'm just going to drag a nail along your cheek.
Yeah, go for it if it'll help.
And then I'm going to pull your head, and I'm going to lick your neck. I'm going to bite and drink your blood. Just enough to taste.
Uh-huh.
And that allows me to now use a vampire move, which is marked for the hunt, which, when feeding on someone, it establishes a preternatural bond. From that point forward, whenever I gaze into the abyss concerning their whereabouts or well-being, I can roll as if I had Dark 3. So that means that if you get lost, I get a bonus to try and find you. Because I am in my darkest self, and I'm having a lot of fun here playing with your emotions, but I also want to be able to control you, and also know where you are. I'm only taking a little bit of a taste, because I don't want to get carried away too much, because what's more fun is I'm then going to keep licking your neck and playing into turning you on. As you are getting distracted, what I'm going to do is use my sex move and cut away really fast.
No, we really need to start paying attention because we want to make sure that Saline is safe. So eyes open, keep them peeled.
And I'm going to go right back to the shadows.
Oh, yeah, eyes are... yeah. I'm glad that that worked, right? Did that work, Michael?
I'm gone.
Yeah, he's just yeah, I'll be watching there. Is that where we decide? I don't know. He's just kind of shaking up. Just
Yeah, how is Bert feeling being rejected?
He's a little flustered because he thought maybe that was his way in with Michael, but now that he just is gone, he's trying to find how to get back into okay, we're on mission mode, but he's damn, that was nice. How do I get back to that? I'm just gonna sit and wait and reminisce.
Thank you to the Tabletop Tailspinners Network and director Emma Kokar for all the resources that you provide us to make this show possible. Thank you to our social media queen, Juicy Garland. You can find our cast out and about in the social wilds. Abby Marie Carter can be found at Abby_Marie_Carter, Ben at DJ_Blindian, Juicy Garland at Juicy Garland, Kat Kelly at Kat the Dungeon Mom, and myself at Mistress Winter. If you like this show, we'd love to hear from you. Rate us and leave a comment on your podcasting app. You can also email us at allourfaults@tabletoptailspinners.com. Until next time, we wish for your heart all the happiness so that it may alight over those swamps of sadness in your life. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be like Spider-Man rules that, as soon as I got bit, I would wake up with the 6-pack and all of like my faculties are like maxed out. But turns out, no, it's not how this arrangement works. I should have asked for that in the agreement with Amudo.
Yeah, supernatural physique.
Yeah, I thought that would just come in.
The fact that you called it Spider-Man rules kills me, but like I know exactly what you mean. Like that is the perfect description.
This has been a tale from the Tabletop Tailspinners Network.